What's up, people of YouTube? E3 is officially over with. It's been over with for a while now, for at least a week, by the time this video is uploaded anyway. So, I want to talk about my top 5 favorite games that were shown off at E3. They're not necessarily going to come out this year. Some of them, well, a few of them will. But also some of them won't. So, my 5th game, while I am excited for Spider-Man, I'm not like super stoked for the game, but I am more or less looking forward to it. It's a PS4 exclusive. I'm thinking it's going to be a timed exclusive, but that hasn't been confirmed. For now, it's just a console exclusive. And the game looks really good. And I'm looking forward to it, but again, it's not like a game that I think will like blow me away necessarily, but it still looks like it's something to hold me over till some other games come out. Next up will be Death Stranding. Oh, by the way, Spider-Man's Insomniac is doing that. Death Stranding is being developed by Kojima Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. This game makes no sense to me, but you know what? It's Kojima, so I'm willing to accept that. I kind of like how he does stuff. Sometimes I don't, though. But and yeah, it has Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, and some actress. I can't remember the name too, but it looks really good. So he's like carrying around a baby, and basically it has to do with like life and death. Like you're stranded in death, basically. That Death Stranding. And I'm looking forward to it. And the E3 trailer we just saw, it reminded me of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, it's not Metal Gear Solid 5, but it looks a lot like it. Like the environment and the open world, all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to the game. And Norman Reedus, I think, is a really good actor. He's also in The Walking Dead. And that might be another reason why I am a fan of him. We don't know when that game comes out, but Hideo Kojima did say that it will most likely, or it will come out, one of the two. I think it'll be released by the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. I would say either 2019 or early 2020. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, well, maybe 2019. We'll talk about more of that later. My third game would be, well, technically it's 2 games, but I'm going to combine it as one, because Pokemon always has, like, 2 versions. So, this is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. These games will be, they're not going to be the first Pokemon games or game on the Switch. We had a Wii U port, Pokken Tournament, Pokken Tournament DX on the Switch. And then we had Pokemon Quest. Whether you like that game or not, those games came first. Or before. So, this will be the first big Pokemon game. I will admit that. But it's going to be a spinoff. It still looks pretty good. You're still like running around like the DS, 3DS, Game Boy titles, all that. But it's finally come to consoles. And it's going to implement Pokemon Go, so you don't have to use the app. I think that was confirmed. If you don't have a phone, most of you, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't have a smartphone, let's just say that, or you don't care about Pokemon Go, maybe you'll care about this. I know a lot of Pokemon fans aren't super excited for this, but I think nonetheless it's going to sell very well, regardless of how they did at E3. It's Pokemon, it's going to sell. It may not be like the best selling Pokemon game of all time, but I'm sure it'll at least sell a few million units, probably within the end of the year, or by the end of the fiscal year for Nintendo in March 31st, 2019. And I'm looking forward to this. There's also a Pokeball. Reminded me a lot about Pokemon Go Plus, which I think was also a Pokeball. But this Pokeball is basically a Joy-Con. It makes noises. It's supposed to, what's the word? I guess simulate? No, I don't know if that's the word, but anyway, it basically alludes that there's a Pokemon in there, and you're gonna be able to take it wherever. It's gonna have a wrist strap, so. If you're afraid you're going to lose it, you could wear that, although I probably would refuse to take it anywhere I go. Outside the house, at least. I would just be afraid of losing it. But I'm hoping I'll get the Pokeball. I'm sure it'll sell out immediately, but, as long as the game doesn't sell out, that's the most important thing. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee launches exclusively for Nintendo Switch. They will be released on November 16th for... I already said it's a Switch exclusive. Why am I repeating myself? Too excited. Oh, and I'm hoping there will be Amiibo support. I'm sure there will be. I don't know. They might have already said there is. I can't remember. I kind of stopped keeping up with the news on Pokemon because Smash Brothers and whatnot. Speaking of Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is my next game also for the Nintendo Switch. It's the next installment in the Super Smash Brothers series. Now, it was confirmed it's not a port. You can call it a port if you want, especially since it's called Ultimate, but that could also mean it's a new title. What is a new title? New game. Yeah, I think a lot of people say it's a port because it's very similar to the other Smash Brothers. Well, but then you can go into the argument saying like, well, I think I brought this up a few videos back. I can't remember what video it was, but it was an E3 video, I think. Or was it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I basically, at some point last week, I mentioned that Modern Warfare 2 is not a port of COD 4 Modern Warfare 1. You could call it the same game, but it's really not the same game, even though it is the same game. But they did actually go back and remake the game. Maybe they reused some of the... They might have recycled a bunch of stuff, but nonetheless, it's not meant to be a port. And neither is this game. That's just the style of these kind of fighting games. And sometimes first-person shooters are like that, too. It's like, yeah, I mean, in a way I could say it's the same game, but it's not meant to be the same game. I think at one point Nintendo even said Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is being built from the ground up. Now, I don't agree with that completely. Some of that I think is true, but I don't think it's entirely true. I don't think they're lying necessarily. I get their point. They're trying to make a point saying this is a new game, not a port. It's just going to be the ultimate experience of Super Smash Bros. You're going to have... It's funny that they said there's going to be 64 characters, and then they showed off 65 characters, if you count Ridley. Solid Snake's making an appearance. Sonic is returning for the third time. Yeah, so that would also mean Mega Man, Pac-Man, Bayonetta, Cloud. Yeah, Snake and Cloud in the same game. For the first time ever on a Nintendo console. That's going to be amazing. David Hayter will also be voicing Snake. And I'm looking forward to that. So, Kiefer Sutherland was a good actor, but David Hayter, I think, fits better for Solid Snake. Big Boss, you could, I don't know, but... I mean, I could understand, like, if Solid Snake and Big Boss were having a conversation with each other, then maybe Kiefer Sutherland would suit Big Boss and Venom Snake more than David Hayter. But then, okay, I'm getting off topic. But yes, so Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will release the day after, I believe, Satoru Iwata's birthday. So the game launches December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. Why that day? I don't know. It's probably just... I'm thinking it's probably just because development time. They just need that much time to develop it. And maybe they just wanted to release it around Iwata's birthday. But I think December 7th would be a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it would be. So that's probably another reason. But I'm looking forward to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Maybe they'll put Cartman from South Park in it. I doubt it, but wouldn't that be funny if they did? I would be really hyped for that. Now, my final game is Sony. We're going back to PlayStation 4 exclusives. This will be The Last of Us Part 2. And this game is pretty much guaranteed to have no chance of launching on other systems. Death Stranding and Spider-Man are third-party titles. I guess you could say second-party, since they're currently exclusives. But they're developed by third-party studios. And you could call Kojima Productions an indie studio. This game is made by Naughty Dog, and it's owned by Sony. The other companies, I don't believe, are. I know Kojima Productions isn't. Not that I've heard of, anyway. So, not Death Stranding 2. The Last of Us Part 2, I cannot wait for that game to come out. I wish they had an actual trailer at E3, but, the demo was good. and I'm just really looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2. That's going to be The Last of Us on PS3. I did actually buy the PS4 version, by the way. That was like one of my favorite games of all time. In fact, it was actually probably my favorite game on the PlayStation 3. And it may even be my favorite game on the PS4. Yeah, there's a lot of great games on PS4, but I mean, Last of Us Part 2, PS4 version's definitely better. It plays at 60 FPS. If you haven't played it and you own a PS4, you should definitely get this. Even if you have a PS3 and haven't played it, get the PlayStation 3 version. You won't be disappointed. Well, assuming you like zombie action and heavy story elements. Yeah, but so that's my top 5 upcoming games that were shown at E3. Now, we knew about all these games before. And this E3 was not super exciting. It was exciting. It was a decent year, but it wasn't as exciting like last year. Like, we got Metroid Prime 4 announced. They did technically announce the Pokemon last year, but we didn't really know what it was called. Smash Brothers we knew since, I think, March or April with that Nintendo Direct. But everyone just there was a big argument saying, it's a port, it's not a port, and it seems to still be going on. Although, maybe not as many people, but that's beyond the point. So, I'll be getting all these games. Most of the games I'll be getting on day one. Spider-Man I might hold off for a while. But yeah, so it was a little bit disappointing this year at E3 2018. But I mean, at the same time, it was still a good year. And I really think these games are going to stand out probably the most. Or maybe you could argue Ghost of Tsushima will stand out more than Spider-Man. I don't know. But in my opinion, these will stand out more to me. So I would say, personally, Ubisoft was my favorite conference. However, from hardware perspectives, even though I think Microsoft had more games and a better presentation, I'm gonna for games I'm interested in, I'm gonna have to go with PlayStation and Nintendo, just because I'm more interested in those games. I am gonna probably pick up Forza on Windows 10, but that's not like the game. That's probably not a game I'm going to pick up day one, but who knows. Anyway, that's going to be it. That completes my videos of E3 2018. I'll go back and look back at some things. I kind of want to make like a video on Death Stranding. Because, I mean, yeah, I explained to you guys what I thought of the game, but I didn't really go too much into detail. So, I might do that some other time. And I also wouldn't mind making a Team Sonic racing video. Without further ado, I'm going to shut up. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed E3 2018. And next year I will be covering E3 2019. And I'll probably be covering a little bit of Gamescom, so which should be, I don't think that'll be for a little while, but it will be coming up. So I'll see you at the next big gaming convention. Thank you.